What's up, YouTube? This is Ryu Itachi here to bring you a Bleach chapter review, analysis, update, and all the other fun stuff. So, obviously, today is way past the date that it came out. Today is actually, of this recording, is Saturday morning at 1:04 a.m. I just got off of duty, so before I went to bed, I figured I'll make a quick video. I hope it's not that quick. So, anyway. The chapter came out Thursday, Wednesday, one of them. But anywho, so the main part that I remember happening, okay, we found out he's Ichigo is obviously he's back, back in society, back with the Zero Division Captain dude. I don't remember his name. Anywho, so he's in his inner world and he's talking to Zangetsu. And we figure out that the Zangetsu that we all know and love, that strangely looks like Juha Bach, or whatever the hell his name is actually not Zangetsu. It's the Quincy it's the Quincy inside of Ichigo. Also, I don't know if this is a good theory or not, but it's possible that if you notice, like I said, that the Zangetsu looks pretty much like Juha. Maybe it's kind of like, if any of you are Street Fighter fans, maybe it's like how Bison soaked his powers in somebody else, aka Rose. Maybe I'm thinking it might be a certain kind of parallel with that. Maybe Juha soaked his powers, or like his good side, inside of Ichigo, which is why they bear some type of resemblance. I'm not sure, just kind of thought about this on spare. I have a lot of free time when I'm on Firewatch. Anyway, we found out that the Zangetsu that we know is not Zangetsu. It's, like I said, the Quincy in Ichigo. And it goes on to explain that it's neither his ally or his foe. But like I said, it's a Quincy inside of a Shinigami. And he explains that, like, if Ichigo ever like remembers or can think back, every time Ichigo was like in super danger or about to die, what saved him? It wasn't, obviously it wasn't Quincy powers until now, and it wasn't the Shinigami powers, obviously, because that's why he got his ass whooped in the past. It was his hollow powers, and the reason for that was the Quincy inside of Ichigo was suppressing Zangetsu. So pretty much all Ichigo's Shinigami powers / Gesetsu Tensho, because that's his only damn move, that's probably at max 10% of Zangetsu, because the Quincy was suppressing Zangetsu. And then at the end of the chapter, if I remember right, the Quincy decides that he loves Ichigo pretty much, so he's gonna let bygones be bygones, and instead of stopping him becoming a Shinigami, like obviously he's helped him throughout the years, and now he's just going to say bye. He's going to help, and Zangetsu is actually going to come out, because we asked Quincy Ichigo is disappearing. We get like a fiery silhouette of Zangetsu, and it's like, and I think the quote is like, "Here is Zangetsu," whatever bullshit, and that's the chapter. So it was a pretty good chapter. Obviously, a little more plot twists that we've been having lately, within all the big three manga, or at least Naruto and Bleach. But I don't know, it's kind of got me in a mind boggle is Ichigo. Obviously, Ichigo is like one of the strongest people in Bleach, if like probably top 3. But what's coming in the future, Ichigo is going to like a super freaking power boost, because if you think about it, pretty much throughout this whole series, Ichigo has been fighting at like 10%. P.S. If you can't understand me too good, I'm kind of sick, so deal with it. But anyway, so Ichigo is pretty much fighting like literally 10% of his Shinigami powers, which minus the normal Shinigami powers, aka flash up, durability, and all that fun stuff. His Zanpakuto, if is a Zanpakuto, is, like I said, is at 10%. So keep in mind, he fought all these insanely strong Arankar and Aizen, and he's at 10%. So imagine what it's gonna be like next chapter when the real Zangetsu comes out, and they probably won't be all lovey-dovey friendly stuff. They'll probably fight each other because it's Bleach. But once he masters Zangetsu, since apparently he's wasted 3 years of his life, imagine how strong he's gonna be. I mean, like, a lot of people, some people probably downrate the whole Mugetsu thing, but nonetheless, Mugetsu is pretty, it's a damn good move. So imagine that times, like, literally, I don't know, 1,000%. And also, if you think about it, so this is a review, obviously, but it kind of ties into, like, an analysis of Ichigo. When you think about Ichigo is like a really special character, even out of like different anime or manga that I've read or watched. Like, he's a Quincy, he's a Shinigami, and he's a Hollow. And if you want to include it, he's a Fullbringer. But unlike like most other series and whatnot, although was pretty much born with all these different abilities, none of his powers, for lack of a better word, like combined. Like, they're all separate, and they're all separate entities. Like, the Hollow obviously is like its own living being. It has its own goals, or at least it wants to be king, which we all know. The Quincy in Ichigo didn't want him to become a Shinigami. So although he eventually subsided his emotions, that was proof of like the Quincy was his own being too. And then with the Shinigami, obviously Ichigo, but and also the Hollow, like, Ichigo is technically, I guess, considered a Visor, but in essence he's still kind of not a Visor, because the Visors, if I remember my Bleach knowledge right, they're pretty much Visors because they're human souls fused with the Hollow souls and kind of made one soul, and they were cool enough to not have a soul suicide. Whereas Ichigo, he never actually fused with the Hollow, and period. So when you think about it, Ichigo is like, I don't know, it's kind of like he's got like a split personality almost. Like, I don't know, maybe if any of you watch Ben 10, you kind of understand the reference of when Ben goes to Alien X, and when he's in Alien X, you got like the really strict voice, you got the really kind voice, and you got Ben, and each one has their own power per se. That's kind of how Ichigo is. Like, you got Shinigami Ichigo, which is apparently nothing. You got Hollow Ichigo, which has its own goals, its own life, and you had Quincy Ichigo, which had his own goals. And now, finally, after 3 or 5 years, however the hell it's been out, we have Zangetsu. So we have like 4 different personalities inside one human / Shinigami. So, yeah, that's gonna be pretty damn crazy. Because Ichigo, obviously Ichigo is like one of the strongest characters in the show, and he's broke pretty much. Like, he's like a piece of glass that got punched. He's broke. So I'm expecting pretty much in these next, I don't know, 5 or 10 plus chapters, Ichigo is going to get fixed and be one good mirror. Eventually, because that's pretty much his only way to survive. So his Quincy I'm guessing his Quincy is pretty much done, fused with him, said hello Ichigo, because like I said, it vanished. So that pretty much, it leaves Zangetsu and it leaves Hollow Ichigo. And it still leaves Ichigo in a predicament, because you got him and Hollow, which hasn't necessarily formed a union yet, so, they're still battling each other. And now, after all these years, we found out that Zangetsu ain't Zangetsu. So now, for the first time in fucking 3 years, or however the fuck the show been progressing in the series, Zangetsu's gonna be here. And since he's never technically talked to Zangetsu, is it gonna be like, are they gonna be a union? Are they gonna be one? Or are they gonna have to come to a mutual agreement, pretty much like start back over for Ichigo. Because if that happens, well, he's gonna be fucked because like he won't pretty much be a Shinigami. He'd just be a Hollow and Quincy, which is still fucked up. Ichigo is a contradiction within a contradiction. Like, anyway. And there's also what I was thinking. I understand if I read it right, the Quincy said that he suppressed pretty much most of Zangetsu. So, but I don't know. Like, I was thinking the whole what's it called? I guess it's a 10 show. Was that part of Zangetsu, or was that like Ichigo's Zero? And I say that because, like, I mean, it kind of sucks, but it's kind of a good move too. I'll never get over the fact when he fought fucking Okiura, the damn Gesuga Tensho did not destroy pillars; it went around pillars. But it is also a powerful move that we've seen, and also his dad has the same move. I was wondering, like, is it actually a part of fucking Zangetsu, or is it kind of like another thing that he was just fucking born with? Like, he was born a damn Hollow Quincy, and technically a Shinigami. So it's like the Getsuga trademark, was that part of Zangetsu, or was that just something he was born with? And if it's not part of Zangetsu, then what the fuck is that sword that he's carrying around with? Because I mean, I was led to believe that for all these years that was Zangetsu. But if that wasn't Zangetsu, then what the fuck is that sword? Is it like a sealed Zangetsu, or is it like the Arankar or Tosin? Like, is it just his Zanpakuto hollow powers? Because like I said, like the Quincy said, anytime he really got in trouble, the Shinigami powers didn't save him, the Quincy powers didn't save him, the hollow power saved him. So is the sword that he has now, is it pretty much his like hollow Zanpakuto, and when he transforms into the demon fucking hollow form, is that like his resurrection? Nah, I mean, my theory ain't fucking perfect or nothing, but it would simply make sense. I mean, Tosin had a resurrection, and he was I don't know, he was something. And Shinigami in a hollow. So is that like Ichigo's fucking hollow Zanpakuto? And if it is, then what the hell is going to happen in the future? Since this chapter, the real Zangetsu is about to show up. So, I mean, obviously at some point, his hollow and Zangetsu are obviously going to fuse, because if not, he's going to get killed by Juha. Because Juha is a fucking legend, literally. So, obviously, somehow they're going to, I would imagine they're going to fucking fuse, and he's going to be like godly. I mean, like, come on now. Ichigo is a pretty destructive guy, and he's at like fucking 10%. Imagine how he's gonna be at 100%, like full hollow visor, actual real Zangetsu, and Quincy, because he should pretty much be able to use all of his Quincy powers now. I don't really foresee him where he fucking shooting bows or nothing, but I mean, he should technically be able to use all his Quincy powers. So, I mean, like, in these next fucking 5, 10, 20 chapters, I imagine Ichigo is going to get pretty damn broken. And also, and I think it is going to be like a decent span of chapters for him training and whatnot. Because, if you notice, Juha, like, legend or whatever, was 999. Like, it's 900 years for him to be asleep, 90 years for him to get his memory or intellect, whatever the fuck, and 9 years to get his powers. So, I mean, 999 is a weird number to have. The only parallel for 999 would be if you flip it, and we all know what that means. But I'm thinking it's not 999 ain't necessarily a religious number, but I'm thinking possibly next year, when it hits that 1,000-year mark, something's gonna like fucking go down. Like, Juha's gonna get even more stronger. Because I remember, right, technically Juha was still away 1,000 years ago. So 999 years later, he's back. But no one ever said he was actually complete. They just And I don't know. I don't even know how long this legend of him has been. Like I don't know if they ever mentioned it before, but it's my first time hearing it. So I don't know. It's 999 would seem like a weird number. So I would imagine then this next year something's gonna fucking happen to Juha. He's obviously gonna get stronger, and that's also like another damn reason why Ichigo is about to get this fucking insane power up because Juha is already outclasses him far. I mean, if Juha's like second in command broke Zangetsu with like a bitch slap, you can only imagine what Juha's gonna do or could do. Now you can't forget that Juha has Yamamoto's Bankai. So now you got like Captain Commander, God Shinigami in one. Not Shinigami, Quincy. And like it's so yeah, anyway. Yeah, then with that. Also, just kinda thought about this. What the fuck is Juha? Juha is obviously he's a Quincy, I guess, since he started the whole fun stuff. But like Juha could not be a human at all. Because as far as I know, in reality, we humans don't live that long. And as far as I know, in Bleach, they also don't live that long. I understand he was asleep. I don't know what that necessarily fucking meant. But I would imagine he was still alive. I mean, if you're asleep, you gotta be alive. So, I don't know any goddamn human that can live 1,000 years or 999 years, whether they're a hibernation or not. So what the hell is Juha? Because he's obviously not a fucking human. If he is human, he's like Yusuke. He's like half human or something. He's not full human. And kind of to steal this idea from Game on Cloud 9. I don't know if he made a review, but I obviously talked to him. Like, is Juha like somehow like related to the Spirit King? He pointed out how they both have hibernation periods. Granted, they don't look like each other, and they're like the exact opposite. But that could actually be a good reason why they might be related. It's because they're exact opposite. Kind of like Pokemon. Like how you always got legendary Pokemon. They're always like opposite of each other, like Palkia and Dialga, and whatever the fuck's out now. So like, obviously the opposite of a Quincy would be a Shinigami. So like maybe, and they both take like long as hibernation periods, I would presume. So like maybe are they related? Like they're like brothers or something. It kind of makes sense because like I said, Juha's definitely not a goddamn human because no human lives past like 60, or if you're lucky 80, maybe 100. But you're not passing the 100 mark, and he's like 900, 999. So yeah, he's definitely not human. So I think there's a possibility that they are related. But that's not necessarily my idea. I kind of took that from Game on Cloud 9. So anyway, it's like an 18-minute video. So I'm cutting this short right now. This is almost 1:30 in the morning, and I have not slept in 21 hours so far. So hope you enjoyed this video. This is quite long. I'm gonna kind of start making my reviews like this, a little longer, hopefully a little more in depth, and I hope you enjoy the video. So until next time, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, like, favorite, and everything else that you can do on YouTube. This is Private Ryu Itachi signing out.